Hey everyone, it's Coable here. Today I have a 60G community commentary game for you guys, and man, is this a hilarious game. That's all I'll say. At this point, we'll jump right into it, but this is Increase versus WasWas, and we're just gonna jump right into it because this game needs no introduction. So, Increase is gonna get turn 1 here. He's gonna BFTP and Mud. I think the reason he BFTP'd is because he's thinking, okay, if I'm in the tree here and I try to mud, then I'm going to get trapped. So it's probably an okay BFTP. Makes some sense. Perhaps he was also worried if I keep Was there, then I'm going to get flashed off the map. I don't think it's possible, so he probably could have saved the BFTP, but I understand the concern there. Okay, Was BFTPs the mud and then flashes. Doesn't need to use the BFTP if he's going to flash out. Maybe he was going for some fancy, like flash off. He was thinking that that was possible. Unfortunately, it's not because of that little leaf on the tree there. But using a second mud and flashing out of a mud generally early game is good because there's only 4 of them. So now it's turn 3 and Increase has used 2 of his muds, which is looking great for him. And he's going to run away and use drone. This isn't great news for Was because drones are pretty irritating, especially against flighted users because they can take down a prot. But if you have Storm Shield, you're just going to use Storm Shield and then take advantage of the chip damage. And that's what Was does. Drone signals to me that maybe Increase is flightless because it's used in so many flightless books, although it's not a guarantee. So we'll see what happens this next turn. Okay, he's going to jump out of the tree and engage. I'm expecting Sanctuary here probably. Yeah, so he Sanctuaries off the shield. I think that's a fine line. Was couldn't really prevent that. If he detowers and flight prots, then Increase just drones him twice. The 2 shots each are worth 25, so that just nullifies his protection shield. And of course, if he sits in his tower and shields, then Increase just goes over and does the same move, Sanctuaries it off. So that's a fine trade. Fairly even, I would think. And that's how you have to think of this game, especially 60G, is in terms of trades. There's not necessarily ways that you can prevent your opponent's move. Sometimes there is, but every single move, there's not a way that you could prevent every single move in every single game all the time, especially with all the book variety that we can have in this game. So you have to instead think about, okay, there are going to be some trades or tempo switches where I gain some tempo, he gains some tempo. So think about the game in sort of those terms rather than, oh, I need to prevent my opponent's move every single time. Here, Increase has such a minion advantage that Was is forced to gate, and what is it? Turn 7? So super early he has to gate. Increase was prioritizing minions, and Was there was prioritizing the recovery, the Drain Bolt. And so as a result, he has to stall hardcore, and Increase is up huge, massive tempo in this game. But we'll see potentially if Was has aerials. He does have aura, which will be great to just do passive tick damage and get the totems down over time. We'll have to see if he's able to stall this out. It'll be very interesting to see if it's possible. At this point, I would think, yeah, it's pretty easy for Increase. You just totem down. He also has Flash, I believe. So a lot of dig should be an easy conversion. Here, if I'm Increase, I would drain up the Dark Knight. Instead, he drains himself up, which is a bit of a passive move. Not really the most necessary because Was can't get to him regardless. So I would recommend draining with the DK instead. Even doing that twice, even though the drone is only 10 health, might be worth it. Get it to 160, 170, and you're looking pretty good. Or with 2 double drains, not quite full, you could get it to almost probably 200. I didn't do the exact math. Don't crucify me. And here, yeah, Sanctuary, so that nullifies Aura a bit, so then it's like, okay, maybe Aura's not going to give Was that much value in the long run. So he's going to be relying basically on his Pegasus at this point to stall. And so, okay, now he drains with the DK, and I'm going to fast forward a bit just so we all don't get too bored. I promise this game is very interesting. and quite funny. But we'll just fast forward a little bit when he gets a little too stally, and I'll explain what happened. So pretty much increases in this same hole digging down. He got an undead peg, and he's draining it. And then he's going to clear out this land where the tree is with the totem. And then I would probably just flash this Pegasus free. That way it has an easy route to get to Was. And he's looking up like at least only 2 turns away from being able to get his minion down to Was. Okay, the aura was a good move there by him, and I would just flash this open. I wouldn't be worried about sinks or anything. And maybe I would put my Pegasus right here to block Was from going up if he happens to sink increase somehow. And honestly, a flash here, you're safe from being sunk. If he goes where he was and then flashes, he just falls on the tree, and it's not really sinkable. Maybe with BFTP it could be. So instead he choose to Sanctuary. Not sure that's a great move, because now he can't move to dig, and he just detowers from his Sanctuary after he uses it. So yeah, gets some value by removing the aura, but besides that, not really much. And we see Was puts up the draw. And man, that's quite an early draw. He's saying, you know what, I know you're up 4 minions, but I'm too good for you. You know, there's no way you're going to get this. If I'm increase, I do not draw this. Hell no. Definitely looking like an easy conversion. With Totem and Flash, as soon as possible you want to get Totem out again. If I'm increase here, I just tick this tree with my Swarm and I flash out again. If Totem is available, I would Totem, tick the tree and then Totem. Just because you'd think, okay, well, Totem is not digging as much as Flash, but it's passive, so I don't even use my turn to do it. Instead, okay, he gets the undead peg. I'm not sure that's entirely necessary, because Was, it looks like, is never going to be going back to that area. I guess maybe, okay, if somehow increase digs down, then he's not able to get back. And did you see that? He just charged. He just misclicked a charge. I don't know what that was, but maybe he was thinking about charging downward and he just misclicked it. But you guys saw, and I'll zoom in a little bit now, that they're kind of confined to this left side of the map. But he just charged upward, just randomly. And of course, Was still has that draw up. And okay, if I'm increase here, I'm flashing down. Or just flash out the tree. Get a totem out. One of those 2 moves has to be it. There's no other move that's good. Okay, that wasn't the best flash. I would have flashed the other way so that your Pegasus can actually move through this area. But he chooses to flash to the right. And Was is just going to go to the center of the map. He's just digging to the center of the world, the core of the earth here, and just saying, look, it's too hot in the middle here. You're not able to catch me. You can't handle the heat increase. There's no way you're winning this. That's, of course, why he has the early draw up. Because he's just like, the early disrespect draw. He's like, no, you can't. You're up so much, but there's no way. And here, increase. he starts digging from another area. So now I'm thinking the goal is just to like clear out as much of the map. Like this is like a excavator game or some game where you're like drilling for ore and stuff. So the goal is to just clear out all the terrain, and then you win. If that was the objective, then increase would be he would be doing really well at this point. But honestly though, I don't see any point to go up top center and dig from there. Also, he's had several turns without a totem out. And one reason is because he undead this peg on the left side. He's 4/4. So now he has to sink a minion. But take a look. Where can he sink a minion? I just made you guys dizzy with that, didn't I? Sorry about that. But, you know, there's no area. So he has to kill it with his own Dark Knight. which is a weird move to do. Very strange to even see or think about. So that's why I wouldn't have undead this peg on the left. I would have got a totem out early to continue to dig, stay in that hole where the swarm is. Instead, he chooses to dig to the center. Okay, we're going to stop making fun of that, and we're going to let him cook for a little bit here. So Increase is going to go back over. He flashes out the center once, and then he goes back over to the left-hand side. And what is he doing here? He BFDPs, and the Pegasus is still stuck because of a pixel right there, unfortunately. But again, what is the point of freeing the Pegasus when Was is in the center of the map? There is none. So, this is just me clowning both of these guys for an hour. So, hope you're enjoying it. If you enjoy me clowning on people, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. On the road to 1K, appreciate all the support from you all. And, of course, just joking around. This is just a hilarious game. And keep watching. It gets better. Trust me. Okay, so he goes back to the center of the map. So he's kind of pinballed from the left to the center, and then back to the left, and now he's in the center again. And he remembered that he has totem, because he drained his swarm so that he has minion slots. But of course, Was has aura, so now he can't really dig from that area. So bring your totem back to the left. To the left. To the left. Left. Wrong left. Left of the map. Come on. You got 60 seconds. Move it over to the left, where you spent 10 turns digging. On this left side. No, he didn't. Okay. So he summoned the totem, but is not using it to help him dig where he has been digging for the last several turns. So not really that efficient in terms of turn efficiency. So now Was is just going to continue to tree and peg on repeat, rotation. And now he charges in here with DK, and he's still trapped, and he keeps the totem on the right side. So he's got digging going on in the center. He's got a Pegasus there just in case Was decides to teleport up there for some reason. He's got a totem there to dig over on the right, and he's also got himself flashing on the left. So he's covering every single portion of this map. He's really got a lot going on. He's busy. He's working 9 to 5, 7 days a week on this map. And I do not know what that Dark Knight is on, some type of side quest. But he's deciding to just dig. He's speedrunning. How many different ways can I dig? Okay, totem. Okay, drain bolt. Okay, flash. I don't know. BFTP? Is he going to start to use BFTP to dig? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. But no, this is good stuff. This is peak Arcanist right here. And look at this. We got a good number of people. Machine, Oa, and his are all spectating. And there's a few others too that are also, but they are not on the boat. And they may show up. We'll see. So he drain bolts the move that we've all been waiting for. This is the reason that I posted this game, because of that drain bolt right there. And so I'd fast forward, but this is kind of buggy, this list here. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's fast forward like a few turns. Okay, and we'll see that, all right. So he's got these little circles from the totem. He's making some sort of interesting geometric shape that he's going on. I don't know if he's going to enter it into some type of like terrain building or terrain destruction contest. We need to make some sort of new contest, like how to stall in 60G by digging out the entire map for 60 turns. But anyway, that's what he's been doing, is just charging with the DK, clearing out the land with the totem, creating that cool shape there. And guess where he is at, ladies and gentlemen? in the middle of the map, and he flashes out. Bro, just flash anywhere in here. Anywhere. Like, you can even let yourself be sunk, and if you position your minions correctly, you just teleport back top, and you still have an avenue to get to Was. But instead, he goes back to the center of the map. Bro is again like a pinball machine, going from the left to the center, to the right, to the left, to the center. Is he gonna bring the totem back to the right at some point to dig? Like, what is going on here? Neither player wants to win at this point, it seems. Of course, Was put up the draw at turn 5 because he's like, this guy cannot beat me. There's no way. So then he goes to the right. He's like anticipating that Was is going to dig over to the right, dig to him. But the problem with that is he hasn't taken his turn yet. So when he sees Increase go over to the right and start digging from the right, he doesn't have to flash out that area. He can avoid it. He can just sit there. And he can even still do it. And Increase has several turns of flash to use, of land to dig out. So he's now on the right side, digging from the right to the center. Even though, again, he spent almost all the game on the left, digging through that land, and then a couple of turns in the middle somewhere for some reason on the center of the map, digging out that land. From where is Increased going to dig out next? Who knows? So, if I'm Was here, you notice I haven't been making much commentary on what he should do. Well, he pretty much had to stall from turn 1, so there wasn't much chance that he would be able to get some sort of victory. It's possible. The only thing that I could see for him is if he was able to tree off all of Increase's Pegasus, and then he can teleport back up. But the problem is, if he teleports back up, he just gets sanctuaried, and then Increase is back in the lead. So it is very tricky. If I was here, I would be looking to draw the game, of course. So Increase, what I need you to do is flash out the map where you've been digging on the left side. Okay, he does it. Fantastic. So there are a lot of different plays that he can consider doing here over the course of a few turns. Just kidding. There's not. He just needs to dig. I was trying to think of something creative, but there's nothing. Pretty much he could drain with the Pegasus. He could damage the Pegasus in some way. He could dig in the center again if he wants. Get the DK a little bit closer to Was. But besides that, I don't see too much else to do. You just got to clear the land, get to him. As I was saying, Increase can dig here, and Was is just going to keep digging to the center of the map. There's not much else he can do, and it's looking a bit stale right now, kind of boring, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. He could dig closer with the DK as well. There's a lot of different ways to dig down. But besides digging, there's not really a move that's good. So we'll see what Increase chooses to do. He's going to go to the center of the map again, potentially, or the right side. There's so many choices. The options are endless, as we've noticed. I'm sure you've thought of a move in this video, and Increase has done a move that you didn't even consider. At least that's how it's been with me. So he's going to go to the right side this time. It's like spinning a wheel. Like he's got middle, right, and left on the wheel. And you spin the wheel, and then he decides, oh, it landed on middle. Okay, I got to dig from the middle. And so, okay, he gets the totem out. And he's just going to get the DK closer and closer to Was here. Okay, he does tree off the Pegasus, which is a good play. And as I've been saying for the last 20 minutes, Increase just has to dig. But he spun his wheel, and it landed on middle, so he's going to flash out the middle this time. So now Was has 3 Pegasus. Do you think he should summon a 4th? I do. I think that would be nice and useful. Let's see what he does. He flashes and it he flashes and it sinks him. Oh my god. Oh, I can't react too loud because my roommate's asleep, but Jesus. This is nuts. If you guys don't know why that happened, Flash has just a slight bit of knockback. When you use it, it will knock the player back just a few pixels, and he was so close to the water that when he flashed, it knocked him back into the water, sinking him. This is just insane. And at this point, we have 7 spectators now. We've been joined by Origin, Oriza, Zartak, and some random. And now, I say to increase once again. He spun his wheel. Where is he going to dig from? Oh, the wheel malfunctioned. So he instead drained with the Pegasus. That's a great move. Again, closing the gap. Was, of course, has all the stall in the world, Mudball. So, it's actually panning out that increase dug from the center as well. He's got multiple ways he can dig from. And now Was lost all of his prots. What is he doing with the DK? Elevatoring it up. Now he's isolating Was. Is that worth it? I don't know. It's hard now to just tell increase to flash down because if he flashes down, he gets sunk. So he can't exactly flash down anymore. But I would just move the totem to the left. Yeah, that works okay. Or you could also put it below the DK here by the tree right there. But he chooses to drain. That's kind of a cue. I mean, what is he getting the DK closer to Was with that move? The answer is no. So, yeah, Was can just chill in the prot. And the problem is, okay, if he charges with the DK, it's just sunk, and he kind of just loses the game. And he just wasted like half an hour digging just to kill the DK. So please do not dig down and sink the DK. Please, for the love of God. Okay, we're a couple turns from something hilarious, probably. I don't even remember at this point. But I know that I was laughing my ass off in the live when I was spectating this live. We'll see what happens. So, again, use the totem somewhere. He's trying to elevator, but not quite able to get it. Okay. Nope, still not quite able to get it. Not quite able to go on the right side there either. Okay, so he spends a lot of time there. I think he's getting really close to being out of time, and he just queues, basically. Unfortunate. And Was goes to the right side of the map. But totem up. Free that, get that space out of there over the next couple turns. Go DK him. Although, Was can tree that off. And he charges. And he's still stuck. He's still stuck. Oh, someone send help. Oh, man. I was tilting watching this. Like, no computers were harmed in the making of this video. By no computers, I mean probably 7, because there were 7 spectators. Jesus Christ. And now, Was just pegs. He had to flight and peg. But because he just pegs, the Dark Knight goes all the way down and is able to charge him. This loses him the game. Unless he pulls something out of his ass. I don't know what you're doing here. You can jump out of this. Yeah, okay. You can jump out of it. Do you drain yourself off? Yeah, you have to. You have to drain yourself off. But he teleports into the water. No, dude. Don't teleport yourself into the water. Oh my god. Oh man. This is just nuts. And you guys see it. You see what he can do now. It's a simple DK travel down to Was here and just click charge on him. Point and click, easy, GG. My god, that was that was a real trip, I have to say. Increase and Was, if you're watching this, sorry to clown you a bit, but I really enjoyed this this spectacle. It was a true spectacle, and I'm glad that I was able to witness this. There are not many who can say that they have witnessed such greatness. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.